Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining the podcast. Welcome to Tell Me Everything. I hope you're having a great day. I hope if you're listening to this in the car that you are smelling good and feeling fresh. I hope you took a nice shower this morning. I hope you have your favorite cologne or your favorite perfume on, and I hope that you have beautiful thoughts in your head. Remember, today is the only day that you get. There's no other days than today. There's no other moment other than now. You are an incredible statistical anomaly. Here you are, defying all the odds, existing and having this wonderful, spooky, magical brain in your head that causes all of the pain in your life and all of the joy in your life. All the experiences that you have, all of the letdowns and issues that you face, they are all just sensory perceptions in your brain. So as you're going through today, I want you to realize and be cognizant of all of the little emotions that are hitting you. And if you notice that you have any spikes in anxiety, I want you to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths and tell yourself that none of this is real. None of it. You are free to do anything that you want. This life might even be a simulation. We can't prove or disprove that. You could totally be hooked up inside of a machine like the Matrix and you would have no idea because the machine is just so good at making you feel like you are living a normal life. So in the context of all of that, maybe you're super religious, right? Maybe you believe that after this life you're going to go see God. Maybe you believe that you're going to be reincarnated as another being. None of that really matters because those are just beliefs. And beliefs are totally and unequivocally personal. And so, cheers to today. Go about your day today with joy and set an intention right now. What is your intention for today? My intention, I write it down every single day. I have a routine that I go through every single day. The first thing that I do in the morning is I wake up and I put on my socks and I drink a cup of water and then I take my dog for a walk. And when I get home, I have an hour of mindfulness that I go through. And in that hour, I'm going to write down in this little pad of paper that I keep by my desk, I'm going to write down my 5 values that I have come to love. Now, I left the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints 2 years ago. And for any of you who are familiar with that organization, the Mormons, it is everything, right? They consume and get into every aspect of your life. They ingrain you with these very deep, somewhat troubling beliefs, right? They set up this patriarchy. They definitely groom the young men and women to think a certain way. And so when we left that organization, I had to sit down and think through, what are my values, right? I have this structure that I've had for my entire life, and I have based everything off of Joseph Smith and the prophets and the Book of Mormon and all this stuff that I was taught to believe. And the moment that I stopped believing it, I immediately had an existential crisis. And I talk about that on this podcast all of the time. But the first thing that I did was I sat down and I wrote down all my values, right? So number 1 is integrity. I try to be honest. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfectly integral, not even Mother Teresa or Gandhi. Everybody's going to have little lies in their life, little egotistical peccadillos that you know, that's a fun word. Little egotistical peccadillos that threaten the well-being of your life. And I try my best to just remind myself every day to move with integrity. Number 2 for me is respect. I am big on respect. I try really hard to be respectful of others. I think it's super important to teach your kids respect and help them understand when respect is due and under what circumstances you need to give respect and what type of respect. The main thing that we've been running into recently is I had never cussed before we left the church. I was this little golden boy that people would try to pay me to cuss on the schoolyard, and I kind of wore it as this badge of pride. And then one day my wife triple dog dared me to swear like a sailor for 2 minutes. And she still has a video of it, and she could ruin me. She could absolutely ruin me with that video. But ever since then, we say whatever we want. We've kind of realized, oh, wait a second, like, words are just noises that you make with your face, and a bunch of people got together and just decided that there's some words that you're not supposed to say. And that became kind of a strange idea to me. So now I have this 6-year-old little boy, and we cuss around the kid, honestly. And like other people cuss around the kid. And, I realized growing up, everybody was cussing around me. It didn't matter. Like this is normal for most people. And what we have to tell our son, right? Because he'll cuss, or he'll say, "Oh, Jesus Christ," whenever he's frustrated by something. And we have to tell him, right? It's not that you can't say those words. It's just that you need to respect other people who find those words offensive, and just do your best not to say them around them. So that's where we're coming from with respect. Then we've got open-mindedness. That one's pretty self-explanatory, right? I want to be open to new experiences. Slow to anger is huge for me. That's the 4th one. It's just, are you capable of keeping your cool? Please keep your cool, because it only causes pain when you get angry. And then finally, the last one is follow through. I had a manager at one of the previous companies that I worked at named Scott Fleming, and he always talked about, we make and keep commitments. All the time, he'd say, we make and keep commitments. If you say that you're going to do something, you stick to it. And that has been ingrained on my soul, written on the table of my heart. And so I write those down, and then I set my intention for the day. So today's intention was just peace. I want peace in my life. I want to approach everything with peace. I want to bring peace into all of the different conversations that I'm going to have today. And I hope that by doing that, by being deliberate about that intention, that I can bring a little bit of peace into somebody else's life. And I hope that you can bring some into your life. So set an intention. It doesn't have to be a perfect intention, but write it down. Don't type it in your phone. Actually get out a pen and paper and write down your intention. As soon as you get to work, as soon as you get to school, live today intentionally. Do your best to be that person, be the best person that you want to be. And you'll be all the better for it, and you'll just slowly become a better person. I've been doing this now for about a year, and it has changed my life in so many ways. Just being able to sit down and have this routine that I do my values and I set my intention. And as a parent, I'm always trying to show my son a good example. And honestly, I think I've done an okay job up to this point. And now that I have these values in place, I believe that he'll be able to look to me and know exactly what I'm about all the time. And so I love you guys. I hope that you are having a great day. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, please come back. I do daily podcasts, and typically I'm going to post a couple of YouTube videos. I have all sorts of things that I'm exploring day to day, and I think you'll find many of them interesting. The Tell Me Everything podcast is typically meant for interviews with people that I find very interesting, and I am surrounded by them. And so please join us next time and give me as much feedback as you can. You can find us on Instagram at Tell Me Everything Podcast, and you can find us on anywhere that podcasts are being streamed. The main place that I post everything is Spotify. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.